administration started cutting grant funding for the National Endowment of the Arts. This could have a ripple effect on cities like San Francisco, which is, of course, still working to recover from the pandemic. Joining us live to talk about that and more, it is Kathy Bella, the CEO of the Mechanics Institute, which is a more than 170-year-old institution that is part library, part community center, and very much deep in the chess world. Good morning to you, Kathy.
Good morning, Reggie. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. I've had the opportunity to go to the Mechanics Institute in the past and got to explore the library. We were doing a shoot there, and I got to see all of these amazing chess playing rooms. And your institute has really become famous for that.
Yes, it has. It's actually the oldest continuously running chess program in the U.S. We've been around for a long time, and we have just a plethora of programs, as well as a grandmaster in residence these days, Sam Shankland, who's one of the top 10 players in the world.
To give just a brief history of how this all came to be, the Mechanics Institute was founded here in San Francisco after kind of the end of the gold rush, and there are all these gold miners that no longer had employment. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, it was started for exactly that reason. It was really meant, from the get-go, it was a library and it was a chess room, and it was meant to help provide other kinds of training for people who were kind of the makers of their time in various trades and artisans, and we continue that tradition to this day.
How many people use Mechanics Institute?
Thousands. We have about a little more than 2,000 members. We are a membership-based organization, but most of our programs are also open to the community at large, so literally thousands come through for literary programs, for chess programming, and for other activities that we have in the organization. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the money it takes to put something like this on.
Yes.
When it comes to federal funding, how reliant are you on that?
We're actually not reliant on federal funding.
Okay.
We have received it in the past for certain kinds of capital projects, but for ongoing operating support, we have a multi-dimensional funding structure, and none of it is dependent on public funds.
So when President Trump and the administration, when they start to cut, and we see some of the effects that are happening in San Francisco, what does it mean for you all?
It doesn't mean anything for us as an organization, although we are part of a family of arts and cultural organizations here in the city and the Bay Area, and many of our colleague organizations are very significantly affected by this.
What are they telling you?
Well, that obviously they're making cuts. We all know that some of those staffing cuts are happening. It's been in the news. It means that programming may be diminished as a result of those cuts, and organizations having to really rethink how they move forward accordingly. So it has had a very devastating effect on some organizations, particularly smaller ones, but even the big folks in town, like the Fine Arts Museums and KQED and others, really being affected in a very significant manner.
Yeah, we spoke earlier about just the impact that's happening also still from the pandemic, and folks who haven't necessarily returned either to pay admissions to these institutions or to give like they used to give, to write those checks.
Right.
What are you all seeing at your institution?
I think for the most part, we've come back. Our literary programs are full. Our chess program is bursting at the seams.
Really?
Yeah. Where we're still working on bringing back people back in is in our library. So we've been really enhancing that by adding in musical programming, high-level author talks, other kinds of writing workshops, so a whole plethora of activities to help draw people back in. That's sort of our situation as it relates to what's happening now.
And how can people get more information about how to visit and what they can possibly do there? I'm not even sure what you need to do to get into that library.
Yeah, so best way is to look at our new website, which is milibrary.org. We just launched it on July 1st. And we also have tours every Wednesday at noon. So anyone can come and take a tour of the library and the rest of the building, including the chess room, We're here to answer questions, so we hope that through one of those means, more people will engage with us. We really want to grow the community of folks who we provide service to and who are a part of our overall community at Mechanics. So we hope everyone can join.
Yeah, located right in downtown San Francisco. It is a beautiful building, a historic one, and honestly, seeing the chess stuff is worth it to come in for the tour, because again, I had no idea that this was, you know, hidden within the financial district of San Francisco. It's just neat to see.
Right. Thanks so much, Reggie.
Thanks, Kathy, for being here, and we'll be right back.